What's up, guys? I'm out here at AAG. It's a little bit loud inside. I've got, well, my truck's in here because I dropped off a package. And then we have all their cars they have here right now. They've got a ton of stuff in here. They're setting out my exhaust for my C8 because that came in, oddly enough, and laying it out. See the old header. And that is all gonna be done by Tuesday. It's 4th of July weekend. RS3 is over there getting a bunch of stuff done. How long does it usually take you guys to take out? Like, how long does the exhaust tape take out of this? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, as soon as you dropped it off, we worked till like 8:39.
Sammy was like, how long is it gonna take? I was like, I'm pretty sure it takes like 8 hours just to take it out.
Yeah, it's because like when it comes in pieces like that, it's a little bit harder than bigger pieces. You just unbolt a majority of the stuff, and it comes out in big chunks. But like when you have small pieces like this, like the headers and the cats, mufflers, you got like 10
every individual piece.
You gotta put on.
Yeah.
And then you gotta adjust them. That's
Is it a pain in the ass getting this off the back?
Not too bad.
Okay.
The tail lights and everything is intact. The wing is intact, and the rear diffuser is actually intact with the bumper. So it's a few bolts on the sides, underneath, and then a few bolts on the inside. And
I know when I was watching, when it first came out, I was watching videos. That's what they were like. People were complaining about was getting this off. I don't know why. I think they were just worried about.
People were thinking more of like you gotta take it off piece by piece.
Yeah.
Because there's no instructions on it.
That makes sense.
It seems like you have to take this off, that off, but they did it in a way it's very simple. Just pop it right out.
That's good.
There's really good access. You don't really have to do much, honestly. We've done it a few times. But I'll pull it down. You'll see what it looks like in that.
Yeah. So this is the C8. Back's taken off. You can see all the exhaust, all Corsa exhaust, Corsa headers, leaving the original cats on because I'm in Virginia, and the county I'm in requires emissions, which is a pain in the ass. So we got the car coming down. It looks so strange.
Yeah, everything in here has to be taken off.
Yeah, that's.
But it's nice and easy to access. They made this port open so that you can actually change your air filters and stuff like that later on down the road. Your oil fill is there, and then your, of course, stuff that you need to service is up top here.
So the other question was, so like for the like heat covers, like these, is there a reason like these don't need it? Or
different material, but factory they're always gonna actually overdo it.
Okay.
So the heat doesn't transfer over.
Okay.
But you do have 3 vents on each side that will ventilate a lot of this air. So I mean, it'll breathe, but the material is also different between the two as well too. So
it's basically overkill, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, stock stuff they're gonna do an overkill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The fact that they want to make the car last a lot longer than what it's rated for. So this thing, complete tear down. We replace the pistons, rings, rods, bearings, crank, basically everything that you need to do to be able to be at 1,000+ horsepower. Not saying that we're going to push it to that limit, but it is capable to be able to do so. As you can see, we have all the parts and stuff laid out. We like to organize our stuff. We're not like any other average shop that just takes stuff apart. Granted, our technicians are very smart and brilliant, but laying it out, it makes it easier later on down the road when we do put it back together, assemble it. So we're not looking for parts or anything like that. But as you can see, we zip lock every single bolt and label it so that we know what goes where. And at the end of the day, when it's a reassembly time, we're not wasting time looking for parts or anything like that. We're in the process of assembling the motor back together. We have a few things that we have to do before we can actually install the rest of the parts, such as the direct injection fuel system. You have to redo the gaskets, and then there's a certain tool that you have to use to be able to flush it back into the original spot. But this motor is running DI and ports up top here, and DI is on the bottom. We have upgraded port injection system on it. Hopefully when everything is back to normal with it, we want to run it as after we built the motor and have it running for a few hundred miles, and then we'll throw E85 and then try to increase the boost to where we can get about 1,000 horsepower or so. But I would like to see it around 8 to 9 on just daily driving.
Yeah, so do you know much about the, like iRods does this? Do you know much about their, like the difference between the engine they produce versus this, like what we ended up?
It'll be similar. Majority of what most people do is they want to change, of course, the pistons because pistons on the rods, because those are the main common things that fail when you overboost in these motors. These motors are great motors when it comes from the factory. But there's just a few small stuff here and there that you got to do to be able to get to the power that you want to be at. So, and it's safe power at that to it. This car, I've known a few of my friends that built it in the past that has done 1,200 to this motor.
That's just crazy.
It's basically a half of a Huracan motor. So
yeah, it's crazy to think that this is gonna be like something.
Great power. I mean, stock from what it is stock to what you can do with it, it is insane. I've not really seen a lot of other cars outside from GTRs and Huracans that you can do that with. So it's pretty cool. Yeah,
I'm excited for this to finally be done. What are we at, like 8 months? 8 months of building and going to the next step. And
the first upgrade turbos was a few months because when it first was released.
Well, you guys worked on it like it got wrapped and that like what, a year and a half ago?
Year and a half ago, and then what we do, we did the turbos, we did the APR, full APR tune, and turbos, downpipes to intakes to everything APR.
If you ever do something like this, just go full blown. That was the one thing I wish I had not.
This is second step to this. First round, I mean, we did it in a way where we thought that we're gonna stick at that, but once you see the power,
once you realize you always want more. And I didn't realize the process, so knowing the process, I feel like just like for someone who doesn't know everything about cars, enough about cars, if I'd have known step by step and how much working it was, I would have just gone straight to at least like the stage 3 and maybe not this deep, but at least stage 3.
But I mean, after this, I mean, there's nothing much you can do to it.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. Like this is something I'd always be cool. I thought it'd be cool to do. Never thought I'd be able to do it. So having you guys be able to do it,
you can always increase more power to it. It would consist of us just going with a different style of turbo.
Bigger turbos.
Right now, we're running a turbo where it allows us to get up to about 900 horsepower. If we want anything about 1,000 or say 1,100, 1,200, we would have to change the turbos.
Bigger and bigger. Yeah, I am so excited to have this back. I was talking to my stream last night. I was like, I don't remember last time I actually drove the car.
I remember what the car was.
Yeah, like it's gonna be brand new for me again. Like it's literally gonna be like driving a new car. Yeah. Especially since
it's crazy because of this build. Personally, I actually went and bought an RS3.
No, you didn't.
Sitting outside.
I didn't even look. No fucking way. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go look at that. Where did you find one? Or are they hard? Are they easier to get now?
Dude, it was a lease turning for I guess a general manager that had it for an Audi store in Maryland, and he sold it at the auction. And I ended up seeing it, and I was like, I gotta pick it up.
Holy
fuck. It's a 2020, it's the same spec, build out as yours, but nothing in this sense. It's stock. Yeah. Dude, it's a world of a difference when we first finished this. Because I didn't really drive yours when it was stock. And then when we did all the upgrades to it with the tune, it's a night and day difference. You unleash like 300 horsepower just by the tune down.
Yeah, simple, like not expensive tune that took no time at all. I mean, my car got wrapped and you were done with it in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Because that was simple. That was just downpipes, that, turbos, boom, done.
That's it.
This is just what it's time. You gotta take the shot.
Especially now, like everything just takes extra time. COVID,
like
I mean, even when I watch the videos on other car YouTubers, they're like, "Yeah, I ordered something 2 months ago and it's supposed to show up soon." It's like, all right. Yeah. It's hard, but this is gonna be definitely worth it.
She'll be back to normal driving on the road. So.
I'm excited.
I think you'll be satisfied with it.
Yeah, my first time driving anything like that, so yeah, I think so. I'm excited. And how much this has like what, like 600 right now, or like when you finish the
700 to the wheels. Okay. But it just that's at its max. I would go without changing the pistons and the rods.
And it's noticeable. Like even a little bit I do driving it, like when I had it for the few days, it's definitely noticeable.
And that turbo I mean, it spools, and it spools hard too. And quite honestly, like in a small car like this, it's kind of dangerous too. But after we're done with this build, it's even more crazy than what it is now.
I mean, I'm excited to like actually take this to tracks and do some stuff with that.
The amount that we spent on this versus something like that, like the difference between the two, holy crap, it was insane. This thing, of course, I mean, it feels a lot faster because of the fact that it's all-wheel drive. Like these, even though the numbers show like 800-900 horsepower, but it's an all-wheel drive system. Just
being able to control it. And stock, is this a similar price to this?
Yeah. Okay. So they're like the similar type of cars and power.
From brand to brand.
Yeah, exactly. So with this, I mean, I think it's 440 with the competition package, and this is about 440.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Stock. So similar concept, but with small tuning stuff, and this, you get a lot more horsepower than you do with this one. But I mean, they're both very fast cars, very smooth running cars too, and the motor is very reliable as well too.
And they sound insane when we went on that drive. You guys were driving them for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sounded it's insane. Yeah, they're really good sounding cars. It's wild because like this is an expensive car, but it's not like 50-60K nowadays is pretty, if you can find it for that, it's pretty normal. And like I said, we like $5,000 more, and it's, you said, another 300 horsepower. It sounds completely different if you want it to sound different without even touching the exhaust. This is still like the stock exhaust. Alright, so new camera, boys and girls. Hopefully this one actually has image stabilization. It's like 2 steps up from the other one. Whatever. So here's the C8. You guys didn't get to fully hear everything, so I'm gonna jump in and start it up so you guys can get some sound, get to hear it a little bit. So as you can hear, hopefully the camera does it justice. It's loud. Trying to make sure I have everything. I always leave without an easy pass, which is how I get on the toll roads here. So it's loud now, but an emission sensor keeps getting triggered. So I have to go take it back, drop it off. We need a different bracket to hold some things so the sensor doesn't get set off. That's where we're going now. I love this thing. It's loud and fucking, it just feels like a completely different car. It's amazing.